So we're at the bin store. It's $5 day. We're going to see how we can do. And we've never been here on $5 day to this particular one. We have, so it's like the second day that they're open. So we'll see how we do today. It's like, I think it was like in the teens this morning. It's probably in the 20s right now. So we're going to go ahead and get in line. And then we may hit an estate sale as well today. So stay tuned and we'll see how we do. So we just got done at bin 5. Spent about $50 there. Now we're at this estate sale that was closed yesterday because we had about a 1/1,000,000th of an inch of snow yesterday in North Carolina, so everything shut down. So they opened it up today. It's not too promising because the line is like really long, so we're gonna have to take a look and see how we may be able to do based off of the amount of competition that's here today. So we made it back home from that estate sale and the bin stores. And so it turns out that estate sale, they were only letting 25 people in. We got there late because we had to stop and get something to eat, or otherwise we'd have been worthless in there anyway. We'd been up pretty early out in the cold. So we did end up spending about $50 at the bin store. I think we got 8 to 9 items there. So I'll show you what those items are. But we have a busy time ahead of us right now. We have, I think, 34 orders to pack. So over this thing of items that sold Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll probably have a few more things sell before the end of the day today, but I've got to go ahead and start picking those orders and getting those ready to ship. So I'll show you some of the things that we sold over this weekend. Camden took off and went thrifting in to a city about 45 minutes away from us. So maybe we'll see some of the things that he found today as well. And I'll also show you some of the things we found at the bin store this morning. But first, I've got to get to work picking these orders and getting these things shipped out because 34 is not quite as many as we had last weekend. I think we had like 44 total last weekend. But there's still a lot to take on. So we'll get these things pulled and start packing them up and get them out to their new home. First going out is this Brock Lesnar wrestling figure. I probably paid maybe like 30-40 cents for this at a yard sale back this summer. We've already sold a lot of these. This just sold for close to $20. I think like $19.97. Yesterday, Ken and I were doing a bit of a purge as well as auditing through items that were listed and maybe not listed on eBay. And so sometimes if a buyer cancels an order, it will not automatically relist. Sometimes even if it says it's going to. These had just been straggling out there for who knows how long in a bin. I relisted those yesterday. And I bet we probably paid around $5 for these. These just sold for $46 all in yesterday. These women's New Balance shoes. So we'll get those sent out to their new home. Glad that we found those, but it's always a good idea to kind of go through your inventory every once in a while. Maybe pull some of the slow sellers. And then also make sure things are actually listed. Camden bought a lot of Bose Soundwave system, and then it also had a CD player which sold for a lot. I'll show you later. And then it had the main unit, a CD player with like a 3-disc changer, and it had 4 remotes, 2 small ones and then 2 large ones. So this little remote just sold for $17.97, so $18. That'll definitely be first class. Probably cost about $3.50 to ship that out. This is a Cuisinart Carafe that just sold for $24. Probably paid just a couple bucks for that, give or take. So we will get that shipped out. Another good find. Camden found these at a thrift store. I think he paid around $30 for these Burton Moto snowboard boots. These just sold for, I believe, around $116, plus the buyer paying the shipping. So we'll get those sent out. And then we actually had this Les Paul Gibson Guitar Hero for, I believe this is for the PS3. And so the strumming bar didn't work. And so we actually were able to just pull this bar off. When in doubt, part it out, as the Commonwealth Picker often says, if you watch his channel. But this just sold for around $21. So we were able to at least make something out of something that didn't work. So we'll get that packaged up as well. So going out next is this Skimmer Angel. This just sold while I was packing other orders. This just sold for $15.99. I think I paid like $1 for this at Goodwill. I don't even know what that's used for. It looks like something to do with some kind of aquarium deal for your skimmer. Yeah, it's to clean out your skimmer baskets. This actually is a Breville milk frother, and I believe a warmer. This just sold for $120, so a really good sale here. I can't remember 100% what we paid for this. I will find out and post it on the screen, but we're going to get this packaged up. This you traditionally associate with a seasonal sale. I think I bought this at a Goodwill recently for not a lot, thinking we would just sell it during the summer. But this just sold for $55. So we will get that packaged up and sent out. Next up is a Cuisinart food processor piece. And we like Cuisinart food processor pieces, just do really well. In fact, this one just sold for $43, just this one piece off of a food processor. So we'll get this packaged up as well. Really, really happy to always sell something for, 40, 50 bucks that we just parted off of something else that we maybe only paid a few bucks for. So next going out is this Ghostbusters Vintage Toy that we bought last weekend at a flea market. We bought a huge lot of these, maybe not a huge lot, but probably like 20 plus of these for 30 bucks. This one just sold for $12. So we'll get this vintage toy sent out. I believe this is probably from the original Ghostbusters movie. Next up is this Canon Sure Shot. This just sold for $75. Probably have a few bucks into this. 35 millimeter cameras are super hot right now. I mean, they sell extremely well, especially some of your better brands. So really good sell there. Camden got this kitty escape ladder. Not something that we would probably typically buy, but this was brand new on the inside. Paid a few bucks for this. This just sold for 40 some odd dollars. I can't remember exactly, but somewhere in that vicinity. Next up is this oxysizer. And so we've sold several different brands of these, and I guess these are really good for people with maybe circulation issues or maybe some other things. So you basically lay down and you put your feet in this thing, and then it just jiggles you back and forth. So this one actually has a timer. This one just sold for $45 plus the buyer paying shipping. So they probably paid $65 all in. This thing does have some weight to it, so it'll probably cost about 20 bucks to ship this out. So those are the next lot of items that we're going to package up and get out the door here. So the next batch of items I'm about to pack up to go out. So leading the way are these baby Jordans. I probably got these, I think, for around $4 at a consignment sale on half day, which are the items that really didn't sell at full price. I think I bought these for $4, like I said, and then these just sold for $30. About to ship these out to Texas. This is another Zero Water. We bought this at the bin store, I believe last weekend, $7.49. This just sold for $39.99, free shipping. Not the best margins on this, but they sell relatively well. So we'll get that packaged up. And we may have actually got that a couple weeks ago. These two Voda heat stove fans, we bought 3 of these last weekend. All 3 have sold. And so another one already sold earlier in the week for $40. One of these sold for $40, and this one another one sold for $45. So we'll get these packaged up. But these are heat powered stove fans that we just bought 3 last week. All 3 sold, which is really good turnaround. Also bought this last weekend at the bin store. This just sold for $59, this HP toner cartridge. So really good turnaround. These are so easy to ship and they don't cost much at all to send out. If you saw another YouTube video where I was at the Goodwill and they just randomly announced all electronics were half off, I think I paid just a few bucks for this, not much at all. This just sold for $31, so we'll get this packaged up as well. All right, so next about to go out is this Harman Kardon receiver here. So this actually was returned because the buyer said that it goes to sleep after about 10 minutes. So I just listed this for parts only. And so this is actually a pretty good unit. I mean, it would probably sell for $175, $150, I think, if it was in good condition. So I just listed this for parts only for $50. And like a fool, I did not realize it was on free shipping. And so the person naturally bought it like almost immediately. So we're going to honor it and get it sent out. But $50 plus shipping would have been more ideal on something like this. So, just to honor our word, I will take the hit on that. This is a really good sale. So this is part of the unit where Camden bought the Bose Wave system. This 3-disc deal that you can hook up to them, and then like 4 remotes for $70. This alone, that you saw the remote sale earlier, and we just sold another remote. I just saw come across the board, but this just sold for $150. This 3-disc changer. And we just listed that yesterday, so really good sale. This we bought at the bin store a couple weeks ago, $7.49. This just sold for $64. This is like a LED face mask thing. I saw some of the other listings that said great for parties. Honestly, it's a creepy looking mask thing, so I don't know what that does, but we're going to get that sent out. We bought a slew of these during the pandemic, and these used to sell so well, and they sold for probably more than they do now. This just sold for $18, these Wi-Fi range extenders, so we're still getting rid of these. We probably paid maybe $5 for these back during the pandemic when these used to sell for more. It was just, these would sell so fast. So now we're just getting rid of these, so $18. And then this is one of the many hubcaps that I bought. We just now got these things listed. This is for a Buick Rivera. This one didn't carry a ton of value like some of the others. This one hubcap just sold for $22, so we'll get it out to its new home. All right, so next going out is this this vintage Hot Wheels. This was in the vintage toy lot that I had maybe a couple weeks ago. This one is one that didn't carry as much value, but certainly happy to see that go to a new home. Camden bought this at a thrift store, and I originally thought this was like a motocross type jersey, but it turns out this is a paintball jersey. This sold, we listed it yesterday and it sold yesterday. The buyer paid like $45 all in for this. So these can actually do really well. So be on the lookout for these, because I was not aware that paintball jerseys were really good. The next items that are really good sales. So Camden bought a printer for $5, and with that printer there were 3 of these toner cartridges, and so this just sold for $58.99. This just sold for $58.99 to the same buyer, so we'll ship these together, which is even better. So $116 off of a $5 purchase, and we've already sold another one of these, so really good. Next going out is this Wolfgang Puck pot, and this just sold for $32. So these can be pretty decent, not great, but pretty decent if you see Wolfgang Puck out there. So next going out in this batch is this Dupre steam cleaner. This just sold for $49.99 plus the buyer paying shipping, so we'll get this sent out. I believe Camden found that at a thrift store recently, as well as this Krups. This just sold for $59.99 plus the buyer paying shipping, so has this nice metal carafe with it. This just sold that same lot I was telling you about that Camden bought for $70 some odd, the Bose Wave system, the 3 CD changer, and 4 remotes. Another one of these remotes just sold for $25. So those are moving very quickly, as you can see. We just listed those yesterday. And this Dance Charades, I think I bought this summer at a yard sale for maybe like 50 cents. It just sold for $17. So not the biggest seller, but we're certainly happy to see it go. Also going out in this batch that I almost forgot about is this Denon that we sold for parts only. can't remember exactly what this sold for, maybe like $60 plus shipping. But you can see that it has some damage there in here, but somebody will be able to take this and probably use some of the parts from it to repair other ones, because these are pretty marketable. So we're going to get this shipped out as well. So running out this batch is 2 vacuum hoses. Would not be a Kerr Family Flip Show episode without some reference to a vacuum cleaner of some sort. So this rainbow hose just sold for $49.99. And then this Kenmore hose actually just sold for, I believe, $65 or $69 as well. So a really good sell there. So we're going to get these sent out as well. So here's some of the things that we bought at the bin store on Sunday. And so Sunday was not the greatest day. So just for frame of reference, their opening day is normally on a Saturday. Everything's $7 plus tax, of course. And then on Sunday, everything goes down to $5 plus tax. So we decided to try it out. And so we got 8 items. And I don't think there's any like home runs or anything like that in here. So I'll show you some of those items real fast. I'm pretty sure we paid for 9 items and I only see 8 here. So I'm not sure what happened, but maybe something got off. And if you see what looks like an episode of Hoarders behind me, later in that same day, unexpectedly, we ended up buying out another reseller's inventory that had decided to go another direction. So we probably have another 150 things to add to our store that are pretty decent. So you'll be seeing those coming up in some upcoming episodes. So we have a ton of work to go, but I did want to give you some frame of reference on what maybe a day in the life of a reseller looks like. Of course, if you do reselling, you kind of know what that looks like. But nonetheless, here's some things that all of these are $5 plus tax. So we'll call it $5.35. We got this Bialetti Oceana coffee mocha express maker. Again, this is not going to be a huge, it had a good sell through. It's not going to sell for a ton. So it should sell for a decent amount to make it worth that purchase. The next thing we got is this Pro Chaser DC intelligent voltage reducer. So again, I don't know much about this at all, but it did have some decent comps, so I decided to pick that up. Another thing that sells really well are LED headlights. So we got this one. This looks like, I don't know that we've ever bought this brand before because this almost looks unbranded, but it doesn't mean that it won't sell. And again, these generally don't sell for a ton, but for $5 with a good sell through, we do move quite a few of those. The next thing that I don't even know what is, Ranger 2C indoor smart security camera. I believe Camden picked that up. So we'll see how that does. And I'll try to flash some comps for each of these items on the screen. This could be good. I think this is a DonJoy ankle brace, and we have done really, really, really well with DonJoy in the past. So it's a good brand to be on the lookout for if you're at a bin store. So if somebody gets these and they don't fit and they return them, they don't go back to the DonJoy company. And these, some of the knee braces and things sell well over $100 plus. So we took a chance on that for $5. It was loose, so we'll sell it as pre-owned. Another cool thing that I'd like to maybe try out is this knee massager. Again, this wasn't like a massive money maker either, but it's funny the things in the massage family that sell really well. So we've sold eye massagers, hand massagers. So a lot of these things in the massage family can be good. And of course, if you've watched our channel before, you know that we sell massage guns from there quite a bit. The next interesting find was I decided to buy these. So it's a 4-pack of this prevention mouth rinse. So this is an alcohol-free mouth rinse. They didn't have like a ton of sales, but they did have some sales for I think maybe 4 sold for like $50. So I bought that for $5, and so I'll see how those do. Again, it didn't have a massive sample size, so I did decide to take a shot. And sometimes when you're not really buying a ton of inventory, you do start to take a few more shots than you otherwise would. Another thing that I bought, and this is the last item, even though I swear there should be another item around here somewhere, but anyway, the next thing that I bought is this box, and we don't have our stuff opened. We don't wait in the line. We buy at such high volumes that a lot of times it's not super efficient for us to get in a long line to wait to have, a few things opened. We probably should, honestly, but we just don't. So I just looked up this brand, and it had a good sell-through. I've never heard of Tidewee, or I don't even know how you say it, but it's these rain boots. So there were 2 rain boots in there, and I don't think these are in really good condition. The only issue with these is there is a crease in this boot here, so we will need to disclose that. Otherwise, these are in pretty good shape. Again, not the hugest seller, maybe like $60 free shipping or somewhere in that family, but they really had a good sell through. So again, I've never heard of it, but it's always about learning new things, improving your knowledge. Maybe you've heard of Tidewee rain boots before, and so I'll know going forward that if I see that on the box that may be worth picking up. So that's really all we got. I mean, I hope today's episode gave you some perspective on like a weekend day in the life of a reseller. We showed some sourcing, we showed picking orders, packing orders. I think we ended up with like 39 orders. January has been absolutely insane for us. We just hit a new milestone for us, which is $40,000 in the last 90 days of sales. Today, I think we actually went to 41,000. So that number's continuing to grow, which we're absolutely thrilled with. So we're just continuing to push forward and see if we can grow our store even more, especially since we do this on a part-time basis. I'm a full-time banking professional. My son is a high school student. So if we can do it, you can definitely do it. But hey, I hope you enjoyed today's content. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We'd be certainly blessed if you did. But anyway, hope you have a great day, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.